Right now we're, this was a little behind the scenes, you know, so we have my dad working over there.
All right, welcome to PNN's Project Channel. What's up, P-Man Sam? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
So what was yesterday, bud?
It was Christmas.
What's that mean?
Presents.
Presents. So today is going to be our first Kubota video. And for those of you who don't know, we got this Kubota BX2380 for some landscaping work this summer. Worked out all right, bud? Mm-hmm. So what we got for Christmas is this 20-inch LED light bar, and we're not exactly sure what we're going to do, but I'm thinking we're going to try to put this right about here. And the reason we're going to go right about here is we have short garage, and we don't want to put it on top here like so, because we may go over the garage.
And that would be a big disaster.
That would be a big disaster. So let's give it a whirl and see what we got going here. All right, so we got these brackets here that I just kind of put on a little bit. There's 4 bolts with washers on each one. Now, one thing I'm going to do a little bit differently, or we're going to try out, I don't really want to drill any more holes in the ROPS if I don't have to. So instead of bolting this to the top, I got some heavy duty zip ties, and we're going to try to zip tie this to the ROPS. So let's go see if we can make that work out real quick. Okay, so what you can see I have here is I put 2 super heavy duty zip ties on here, and I don't have them all the way on right now. We're just loosening it up. So P-Man Sam, can I get some more zip ties?
There you go.
If you look, these are about 3 feet long, and we'll cut them, but these are thick. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 more to the top for each one. One more, P-Man Sam. Okay, so our next step here is we have this wire harness, and we need to run this up to the light somehow. So what we have here is a switch. We have this relay, and if you don't know what a relay is a mechanical switch that basically will take a low current coming from the switch, usually around 100 milliamps, and that switch turns on and off high current, which can be up to 30 or 40 amps. Looks like this is a 40 amp relay. So, and then we have is on the other end here, we have two outlets to hook to this wire here, and of course, don't forget the fuse. So what I'm going to do is cut away, figure out where I'm going to run all this stuff, and we'll come back and show you what we figured out. Alright everybody, well, I've tried every which way to route this damn wire to the back of the tractor. Then I thought there's got to be something going on here. So I looked in the fuse panel here, and we'll show you. This bottom fuse right here is a 20 amp, and it says work light 20 amp. Right, oh, sorry about that, right here. So I looked all over, and right around here on the back of the tractor, these are hard to see. We have 3 wires right here, and they were bundled up in blue tape, so I couldn't see them. It looks like we have a ground and 2 powers. At least one of these powers is hooked up to that 20 amp fuse. So I'm going to go right now and show you how we can check this. So you can see them right in there. You have those 3 wires. So I'm going to get my handy dandy multimeter out. And if you look, I just turned the ignition on. And hopefully you can see this here. Let me see if I can get these in here good enough for you. It's a little tricky. But you can see right here we have 12 volts. And what I'm going to do is come up here and we're just going to take this fuse puller. We're going to pull this bottom fuse here. And we'll come back to our handy dandy multimeter here. And you can see 0. So looks like we have fuse power. So it looks like we have fuse power back here at the back of the tractor. I'm glad I just wasted about 2 hours of my life trying to route these wires. I should have checked beforehand. But hey, that's how these home projects go sometimes. So let me go get some barrel terminals and we'll try to hook this up and see how we do.
After a long time trying to hook the wire up through the tractor, my dad realized that there was a wire already additionally attached back there that we could use.
What I noticed here, if you look, we actually have another power wire. This is hooked directly up to the battery, which means it's always on. And that's the one that's the lamp output. There's this other wire here that's only on when the ignition's on. And I figured out that that's hooked up to the 12 volt power outlet wire. But I went ahead and hooked up to that to make sure that the light can't stay on for some reason if I turn the tractor off. So P-Man, can you go turn the tractor on and show everyone what we got?
Sure.
Okay, so we have our switch here, and you can see we can turn our lights on and off. What I need to do now is I need to mount this switch. I need to put some tape and some heat shrink over these connections. I need to mount this relay here, and then if we follow all the way up, I need to zip tie all these wires. So, P-Man, what do you say we button this thing up, get everything mounted nice and neat, and then we'll show everybody what we end up with.
Sounds good.
All right, well, we got our temporary wiring done. If you take a look here, we still need to mount the relay and the switch. I'll show you here. It's awfully tight back here. So here's the relay, here's the switch. But if you look, we have the wire zip tied all the way up. And the zip tie is holding this here. It seems a little bit wiggly still, so we'll see if the zip ties hold up. We may end up having to drill some holes in the rocks after all. But let's fire this up and see, take it for a little spin and see what happens. What do you think, P-Man? Sam, should we take it for a spin?
You want me to drive?
Yeah, just give me a minute here. Let's fire her up.
Let's go.
Let's go. Lift the bucket, lift the back. Let's go, Sam.